Pope Francis has made a significant decision by appointing Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as the new head of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples. This is a major role in the Vatican, making Tagle one of the most influential figures in the Catholic Church. At 62 years old, the Filipino cardinal is now leading the Vatican department that oversees missionary work and the spread of Christianity worldwide. His appointment signals a new chapter for the Church, and his deep faith, intelligence, and humility make him a perfect leader for this mission. Luis Antonio Tagle's journey is one of faith and service. He is known for his compassion, his deep theological knowledge, and his ability to connect with people from all walks of life. His rise from a humble beginning in the Philippines to a key figure in the Vatican is a testament to his dedication and the power of humility in leadership. Born on June 21, 1957 in Manila, Philippines, Tagle grew up in a devout Catholic family. His parents, Manuel Tagle and Milagros Gokim, instilled in him a strong sense of faith and compassion. Raised in Imus, Cavite, he attended local Catholic schools where his deep spiritual inclination became clear. He was not only intelligent, but also exceptionally kind. These characteristics would later define his leadership style and pastoral approach. Tagle's path to priesthood began at the Immaculate Conception Seminary in Cavite. His exceptional skills in theology and philosophy stood out. He later pursued further studies at Ateneo de Manila University, known for its rigorous academic traditions. But what truly made him special was not just his academic excellence, but also his ability to relate to people with warmth and sincerity. At the age of 25, in 1982, he was ordained as a priest. Right from the beginning, he gained a reputation for being approachable and humble. His ability to communicate complex theological ideas in a simple and heartfelt manner set him apart. His love for learning led him to study at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C., where he earned a doctorate in sacred theology. His studies abroad gave him a global perspective, which would later shape his leadership in the Church. His scholarly work caught the attention of Vatican leaders, leading to his involvement in the International Theological Commission, a body that advises the Pope on theological matters. Here, he worked with some of the most brilliant theologians, further strengthening his knowledge and experience. However, what made him different was not just his intellect, but his warmth and ability to make theology accessible to ordinary people. In 2001, Pope John Paul II appointed him as the Bishop of Imus, a defining moment in his journey. As a bishop, Tagle became known for his simple lifestyle. Instead of living in luxury, he chose to be among the people. He was often seen riding a bicycle or taking public transportation to meet different communities. He believed that the Church should be close to the poor and the marginalized. His sermons were not just teachings. They were messages of hope and love, delivered with a sense of humor and kindness. His rise continued when Pope Benedict XVI appointed him as the Archbishop of Manila in 2011, making him one of the key leaders of the Philippine Church. As Archbishop, Tagle championed social justice, spoke against corruption, and emphasized mercy and compassion in the Church's teachings. Just a year later, in 2012, he was made a cardinal at the age of 55. He became one of the youngest cardinals in the world, further highlighting his growing influence in the Church. As a cardinal, Tagle's role expanded beyond the Philippines. He became an important figure in global Church discussions. He spoke passionately about migration, poverty, and the struggles of the modern world. His speeches were not just formal addresses. They were heartfelt messages filled with emotion. He often shed tears while speaking, showing his deep empathy for those who were suffering. His growing influence caught the attention of Pope Francis, who appointed him to several key Vatican positions. In 2019, he was named the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples. This was a crucial role that placed him in charge of missionary work and spreading the Catholic faith worldwide. His leadership in this role reinforced his status as one of the most important figures in the Catholic Church today. One of Tagle's most remarkable qualities is his advocacy for the poor and marginalized. He believes that the Church should not just preach the gospel, but also live it by standing in solidarity with those in need. He has spoken extensively about migrants and refugees, often reflecting on his own family's history of migration from China to the Philippines. His messages emphasize that the church must be a place of love, compassion, and hope for everyone. His close relationship with Pope Francis has fueled speculation that he could one day become pope. While he has never expressed personal ambition for the position, his name frequently comes up in discussions about the future of the church. Many believe his humility, intelligence, and deep faith make him a strong candidate for the papacy. However, he remains focused on his current mission, emphasizing that leadership in the church is not about power, but about service. Despite his high-ranking position, Tagle has never lost touch with ordinary Catholics. He continues to engage with people, whether through social media, public events, or visits to different communities. His warm and accessible nature makes him beloved by many. He often returns to the Philippines, where he is greeted with love and admiration. Whether speaking to large crowds or small gatherings, his sincerity and kindness always shine through. One of his core beliefs is that the church must be a listening church. He believes that before the church can teach, it must first listen to the struggles and hopes of the people. This perspective has helped bridge the gap between traditional church teachings and the modern world. His leadership ensures that the church remains relevant while staying true to its spiritual mission. As the world faces many challenges, from poverty to climate change to social inequalities, leaders like Tagle offer a vision of a church that is compassionate, engaged, and deeply human. His leadership style is a reminder that true power comes from humility and service. Luis Antonio Tagle's life is not just a story of personal achievement, but a reflection of how the Catholic Church is evolving. He continues to inspire millions with his message of love, mercy, and service. Whether or not he becomes pope one day, his impact on the church is undeniable. His journey from a humble boy in the Philippines to a key figure in the Vatican is a powerful testament to faith, dedication, and the true meaning of servant leadership. As Pope Francis breaks his silence about Luis Antonio Tagle, it is clear that the Filipino cardinal is destined for even greater things. His story is still being written, and the world will be watching as he continues to shape the future of the Catholic Church.